After talking to Patrick about the Ford's connected services or the connected automation services, I just wanted to get in touch with Tori, who's also from the Palo Alto Research Center for Ford. Hi, Tori. Thanks for doing this. And I wanted to get an idea as to what Ford's automated driving's roadmap looks like. So, can I have a brief overview of what Ford is looking to do at the autonomous roadmap?
Sure. So what we have behind us here is one of our automated vehicles of a level 4 autonomous vehicle, which means it can completely take the human out of the loop and drive autonomously. And there's a lot of interesting technologies on this vehicle that allow that to happen. One that we're showcasing here is the Velodyne LiDAR. This is their second generation unit, and you see we have 4 of them spinning here, which one of the key enabling features of this technology is it creates a 3-dimensional point cloud around the vehicle, which allows you to rapidly construct an environment and then give the vehicle all the information it needs to perceive objects, where the curbs are, where other vehicles on the road are, as well as where pedestrians might be.
So with Velodyne's they showcase the Velodyne second generation and the new generation as well. So going forward, they spoke something about the 30 Fusions that you're going to use the new Velodyne with. So can you just give us an overview of the project that's going to be underway?
So one exciting thing that's happening out in California is we just recently got our license to test on public roads in the state of California. So we'll be taking vehicles from our fleet, which is about to grow from 10 vehicles up to 30 vehicles, and we'll actually be out mapping the areas around where our office is and getting out on the roads and accumulating miles and learning a lot about how autonomous vehicles interact with the world around them.
Okay, but the key theme being autonomous vehicles in CES for most of the automakers, and when everybody's talking about AIs, deep learning, and robotics. So, what do you think? Where do you think the industry is headed with all these technologies?
So one very interesting thing that's happening right now with sort of the confluence of all these different technologies in Silicon Valley is we have state-of-the-art silicon for computing power, and we have a lot of raw computing power, and now with the rich information that we get from LiDAR, for example, gives us more information than ever before. So it's really important to be able to process information centrally using a lot of the different traditional silicon-only companies that are now moving into the automotive space, and using information from sensors like LiDAR, but also using more traditional sensors like vision and ultrasonics and radar to build a comprehensive picture of the environment. So the Fusion is one place that's very hot for development right now.
Another complicated question. Many developers are looking to reduce the cost of using the LiDAR technology. They think using the cameras, 6-way cameras around the vehicle is more cost effective. What do you think is more effective in terms of whether LiDAR or using the cost effective kind of a solution is much better?
I think it's actually going to be a combination of both. So if you look at cameras, radars, and LiDARs, which are the 3 main technologies that are used for automation, you can see the older the technology is, the cheaper it is today. And since LiDAR is so new, it's very powerful, but it's still coming down the cost curve, and it's still being improved to be more automotive grade, cheaper, and easier to implement and integrate into the vehicle. So I think we'll see very similar developments happen with LiDAR that have happened with other technologies like cameras and radars.
What do you think will be the perception of the end user using autonomous vehicles?
I think it's definitely going to take a while for humans to become comfortable with the technology, and I think it's really up to us as a manufacturer to show them how safe it is, to build that trust. And we're certainly not ever going to release anything until we know it's safe. So what we're doing with our testing out in California is to just saturate our vehicles with as much experience on the road as possible so we can learn from those experiences and then pass that on to our customers.
So these pilot testing is what will prove that the customer is going to be satisfied with this kind of autonomous vehicles.
Exactly.